What's up, everybody? This is Jude from Section 122 on ArgosEndzone.com. Time for Week 12 action as the Argos host the return matchup against the Ticats at Rogers Center. As always, you can click the See More button below here on the YouTube channel. Click to the chapter you want to see. But we'll get things rolling today with a look back at what happened last week. No. You know what? No. No, forget it. Last week? No, forget it. Forget it. No. No, there's nothing to talk about. Nothing. No. Screw it. No. The Ticats travel down the QEW to take on the Argos at Rogers Center this week. The Argos, of course, have got a ton to work on from what they experienced in the Labor Day Classic. Head coach Scott Milanovich said that looking at the film, the Argos were much closer than the score let on. That a couple little tweaks changed that game dramatically. So that's the good news, is that he's seeing room for growth and an opportunity to turn things around, because Monday was brutal. It was not an enjoyable game to watch if you're a fan of the Double Blue. So Trevor Harris is getting the start. Ricky Ray is still being listed as the third-string quarterback this week, still not ready for game play unless something direly bad happens, injury-wise, not based on the score. But Harris is due for a bounce-back game. That's what he's got to do. Got to take advantage of that, a very, very aggressive defense. Again, I'm thinking screens and counters, little trick plays underneath. Play action doesn't work very well because they're not expecting to run. So if anything, run the ball. just run the ball. If they're going to key on the pass, see what Brandon Whitaker and Chad Cacker can gain on the ground. Throw a couple of reverses in there. Get Anthony Coombs and Chad Owens the ball in the backfield. See what happens. They've got to do better than last week. On the defensive side, what you saw was half of the game plan, in the sense that they sent more bodies but didn't create pressure, which created mismatches in the defensive secondary. So they've got to close that up. Anybody that follows any of the fans on social media, they were calling for the defense coordinator's head. Again, Milanovich saying there's just a couple of tweaks that have to be made. Let's hope in this short week they're able to make those tweaks, because really the only shining light last week was Swayze Waters, which is no surprise, as Waters is always consistent in that aspect. But the rest of the team's got to step up. I'm looking at a couple of veterans and 2012 Grey Cup champions to step up as players to watch this week. First one would be number 95, Ricky Foley. Foley said that the entire team has to get better, and hey, I agree. And I think it's going to start with his leadership. I'm looking for him. He plays very angry, and I'm looking for that rage to be channeled in the right direction, getting through those blocks and getting to Hamilton quarterback Zach Collaros a couple times, creating disruption in the backfield and not allowing Collaros to beat up the team as the way he did last week. On offense, number 2, Chad Owens. The Flying Hawaiian is overdue for a good breakout game this year, and I think this will be the one, the return matchup with a lot of emotion and showing some pride, because last week was not a lot of fun time to watch, and it could only been worse to experience as a player. So I'm looking at Owens to step up on offense, Ricky Foley on defense. Prediction time. Again, the numbers saying that Hamilton wins this one, and I can't agree with that in any way, shape, or form. We're going double blue again. I'm expecting a 24-17 outcome for Toronto. Maybe one of those, maybe like a last-minute game-winning drive that they've put together in the past against Hamilton when at the Rogers Center. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's go 24-17 Argos, and let's get a more entertaining game than we saw last week. This week's trash tag is dedicated to the Rogers Center. First game back at Rogers since we started this. So let's give a tip of the cap and a wink and a nudge to Rogers Security. So using the trash tag Rogers Security, we're looking for your best security feature moments. So we're looking for things like free Wi-Fi with social insurance number. Or if you leave right now, you might catch the second half. Or when in line, ask for Vinny. He's got tiny hands. So tweet at Argos Endzone using the trash tag Rogers Security, and we'll have some fun this week. That'll wrap things up for Week 12. Hope you had some fun. As always, feel free to comment below, subscribe, like, share it. Let's have some fun with this. Let's spread it all around. Follow us on our social media. We're on Twitter. We're on Facebook. We're on YouTube. Follow, comment, share, reply. Interact. Again, speaking of interacting, this week's trash tag, Rogers Security. Tweet at Argos Endzone with your best Rogers Security line. If you're going to the game, and you really should be going to the game, it's a beautiful Friday, but make sure you pick up your Argos cheerleader calendar. Help the ladies out there dollar-wise. It's looking great. I'm finally picking mine up today. I'm excited. And if you're there in good time, make sure you check out the Rogers tailgate, the Argos tailgate outside Rogers Center, because the Argos have picked up the Hamilton Ticats fan car, and fans are going to be able to paint over it in double blue with charity proceeds going to, it's a hospital. Shoot, I think it's a children's hospital. My apologies, I can't remember what it was. But make sure you check that out as well. Otherwise, Friday Night Football tonight! Argos Ticats. Get in front of your TV. Better yet, get down to the game and have some fun and get big and loud and proud. And until next time, this is Jude from Section 122 on ArgosEndzone.com. Remind you that we ride the rail and we ride it.